How's it going, guys? This is the SJ Report. Back with you with another one. Hope everybody having a blessed day. Let's get into it.
Just the house, and I didn't find anything else.
As rescue personnel get Cheryl free of the box and transported to the hospital, police conduct another search of the home.
She was supposed to be wearing a pink hoodie with black pants. So she had no shoes.
Oh, Jesus.
Cat.
Cat scared the hell out of me. And the attic's done. There was a pink hoodie, that was it.
Pink hoodie?
Did she say it was this room or?
She just said that like he was transporting her from like the basement up here, like that there was going to be an AK-47 in here, drugs.
Yeah.
We have to pull it apart to find a serial number.
There's no sign of any other victims in the house, but the one they did find will give detectives more than enough to discuss with Delonte when they visit him in jail the following night.
Obviously, we know some bad things did go down yesterday. Do want to give you a chance to go over it.
I'm a confidential informant for Detective Larry Smith out of the 2nd District.
Okay.
Okay.
How long have you been doing that for?
About a week and a half now.
Okay.
About a week and a half. And that was open. Like I wasn't going to kill her though. I wasn't going to. I've been feeding her, and you know what I'm saying. But I just can't have her out on this. Because I'm working with Detective Smith, trying to get him 5 AKs, 4 Glocks, 3. That's supposed to be going into the valley like next week. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get him Big Red, who moves 6 ounces a day on coke crack. And I'm trying to get him Ghost, who descriptions are ounces a day. But like I found out that this is that, and you know what I'm saying? If I was,
You found out that what?
that the lady that what I was taking care of in my house is a rat, and if she would get back out on the street, I'll be exposed.
Delonte, who calls Cheryl Cece, claims she's an addict, one among many who frequent his house.
Well, she's always at my house smoking dope.
Okay.
So I take care of everybody on the streets, all the fiends. That's where they live at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Long story short, that's ground zero for the crackheads.
According to Delonte, the entire situation began on April 27th, 5 days before police showed up at his house, wanting to search the basement. In an incident partially corroborated by police records, the car Delonte was driving was pulled over by vice cops. He says Cheryl was in the car as well.
I left my house, and before I got 4 tires on the street, the police is hitting the block. I don't know what the going on. I'm swerving around up on the sidewalk trying to get around because I don't know what's going on. Guns in my face, get out the car, get out. What are you guys doing? Turn the car off, empty out your pockets. I ain't got nothing, bro. Y'all tripping like y'all just up. Like, what's going on? I had to steal. Oh yeah, we can get you for this. And since that dope is right here, we gonna get you for that, man. Listen, bro, I cannot go back to prison, bro. What do you need me to do?
Delonte says that was when one of the detectives took his phone, programmed his number into it, and told him, "You're working for me now." But it was how the police treated Cheryl, the woman they would later find in a box on his front porch, that really got his attention.
Detective told her, thank you, bye. Okay. Detective Smith said, thank you, bye. Keep on walking. Okay. Listen to the detectives, and we all got out the car, the detectives like, you can go, thank you. Okay. You ain't even get searched. It's crap about $200 worth of dope in the car and skill, and you didn't even get searched.
He concluded that Cheryl had set up the traffic stop and would now know that he'd been turned into a confidential informant for the police. The next time Cheryl came over to his house, he decided he couldn't let her leave.
And I feel like my life is in danger, bro. People have tried to kill me 3 times already. You feel me? I've been shot in my underneath my underarm, blood, all type of weird. It's crazy. I felt like I was gonna die if I didn't hold her for like 2 days and tell her, like, let her know what was going on. I beat her up, I fed her, showered her, all type of weird made sure she ate. But I just could not let her go back on the streets and tell everybody that I was working for y'all.
Like everything that went through, like the time where you and Cece were together, like what happened during those days?
I just punched on her. punched on her, slapped on her, tell her, punched on her, slapped on her, punched on her, slapped on her, punched on her, slapped on her, moved her from the basement to another room, fed her, showered her, gave her some water, put a blanket over her. I'm just telling you the truth, bro.
No, that's fine.
What else? What? No.
Okay.
Was that what you about to ask me?
No,
Oh, okay, I thought you about to ask me.
No, like, were you giving her drugs and stuff like that?
Why would I give her my drugs? Why the would I do that?
I didn't know.
Yeah, hell no.
All right. So at any point was she asking to leave, different things like that?
She has nowhere to go.
Okay.
She has nowhere to go. All she was just asking was why. Stop, I won't do it again. I'll never tell. I'll never tell. I'll never tell, Blast, please. I'll never tell. I know I deserve this, but I'll never tell. Like, that's a code in the streets.
While Delonte speaks to detectives, Cheryl lies in the intensive care unit on a ventilator in what the hospital classifies as declining critical condition. In addition to being on dialysis, she's suffering from swelling to the head and brain, broken ribs, a collapsed lung, and multiple spinal fractures. But according to Delonte, it could be worse.
Go kill her. If y'all would have been dead. Long story short, if I wanted to kill her, she would have been dead.
So
Facts.
Delonte says that, among other things, he had Cheryl sit down and write, "I am a snitch," and "I am a rat" over and over again. It's worth noting that while the police report from the traffic stop identifies 2 passengers, neither of them were named Cheryl.
So when cops show up the first time yesterday with you and stuff like that, they
asked to check the basement.
Yeah.
She wasn't in the basement. She's upstairs laying down in the bed.
So
They went down in the basement.
So let me ask you, because there was a moment in time, I wasn't there, so I can't speak on it or anything. So there was a moment to where, like, you were still inside the house for a little bit. Did you have to call anybody to ask if you should let the cops in or anything like that?
My detective.
So then at that point, he told you just to let them in if they
Yeah.
want to check the basement.
Yeah. He said they're not gonna, he said, case like, a matter like this, they're not going anywhere until you let them in the house and check the basement. If you don't, they're just gonna come back with a search warrant and check it anyways. I said, all right, bag. 5 minutes. Tell them to come in 5 minutes. Took me 3 minutes to put her upstairs in the bed. 2 minutes to let them in the house, and 1 minute for them to not do their job and go home. They only just wanted to search one room. They searched that one room. She wasn't here, and they left.
Okay.
Stupid them.
All right. So,
Right? You should search the whole house.
yeah.
We found somebody, we heard somebody's in the basement. Okay, come on in. Check down in the basement. Nobody's there. See you later, sir. Job. Y'all supposed to open up the tables, open up the refrigerator? That's a horrible job on the golf part. Horrible job on the golf part. I'll be the first to say it. A missing body.
Pretty serious.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
All right, well, next time take it serious.
After accepting Delonte's feedback on their police work, the detectives move on to the second visit to his home that night.
Yeah, so the first time the police came, you said you moved her upstairs, right? And then she was upstairs. Obviously, the second time the police came, she was in that tote, right? How did that go down in between there?
Well, they really wanted to check upstairs.
Right, but I'm saying, how did she get in there?
I put her in there
Okay,
and put her downstairs and put her on the porch.
okay.
The only thing
No, what he trying to ask is, how did you get her in that box? That's what he trying to ask.
Why'd you have the music going so loud?
just in case if she made noise, they wouldn't hear.
When Cheryl improves to the point that she can
Right.
speak to detectives, she tells them that Delonte, who was her dealer, turned on her and accused her of being a narc. Over a period of days, he beat her, stabbed her, dragged her across the floor, broke a television over her head, and put her in several different containers. She says he also poured water on her to the point she couldn't breathe and fed her addiction so she could endure the pain. Even still, Delonte appears hopeful that this will mostly blow over.
Are y'all gonna try to help me or not?
Well, like I said, it'll go from there once you see the judge and, like, the case starts moving forward.
No, but you guys have to talk to the judge though and let her know that I am a confidential informant and that like I am working with the police. Like I understand I'm in trouble, But what I need you guys to do is like,
Well, I'll put in the paperwork to let them know for.
you know what I'm saying? Because I like doing my job. I like my job. And like, I don't want guns on the streets. I don't want drugs on the streets. And I can't do that if I'm in here. Then Detective Smith will buy me out. Believe it or not, if I get a bond, he'll come by.
Yeah, but you might have and you on probation too, my guy. Boy, this might be tough for your detective. Hopefully you got some strings you can pull for you, bro. Honestly, because I don't want to see nobody in there. I don't want to shut on my worst enemy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just need a bond. And DT Smith will come buy me out. And I'm going to go right back to work.
But that doesn't happen, and Delonte is soon informed that his bond will be set for $750,000. News that he responds to with a middle finger at his hearing. 11 days after his interrogation, he's still in jail when he speaks to his mom on the phone.
You think they lower my bond? If they lower my bond like 200,000, dude, I got enough collateral to buy myself out. I already talked to the bills by the way. He said just bring me my collateral, bring me my dump truck, bring him my trailer, my tools, and I told him I had to put one of my businesses in. And I'm like, that's what he said. He said they got to lower your bond.
We just got to see tomorrow when you go to court. The worst outcome that comes out of this for you is might be 5 years in a asylum.
But things turn out a bit differently. At a court hearing 6 months later, Cheryl Cyrus recounted the horrors inflicted upon her and told the judge that she remained 98% paralyzed and dependent on others for her basic needs. Delonte Edmund Geiger pled guilty to 1 count of felonious assault, 1 count of kidnapping, 1 count of possessing a weapon under disability, and 1 count of tampering with evidence. In November 2023, the judge said, "I've never seen an offense like this in my time on the bench," and sentenced Edmund Geiger to 16 to 20 years in prison with an expected release date of April 2039. He's currently incarcerated at the
I ain't gonna lie. He had him. He had him for. He sold it. He sold it, boy. I ain't gonna lie. But bro, come on now. This is the SJ report. Hope everybody having a blessed day. See y'all next time.